just people on this world, and we're all equal. When will you understand that? Or when you understand that?
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Diary of a Nobody podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Sexton, and I have missed you guys. That's crazy. All 4 of you that are my regular listeners, I missed you so much. We have so much to cover and as much time as I want to cover it. I would say we have a limited amount of time, but I can't guarantee it's going to be limited. So I will do my best to keep it sweet. I can't promise it'll be short. Anyway, what's up, guys? How you doing? How you feeling after that list? The last episode. Good? Do you feel enlightened? Are we healing still? We are still healing. Last episode, we talked about accountability, and this episode, we're going to keep it nice and fun. I'm going to talk about a bunch of nonsense, but we are going to touch on what comes after you've taken accountability and the path that leads to ultimate healing. Healing is not linear, and there is no real timeline on it. Everybody is different, and every story is different. I am just very thankful to be on this journey. I'm thankful to know other people that are also healing themselves and trying to be better humans all around. And I just think that, especially with the generation that we're in, it's time. A lot of my peers I have spoken to since I started this podcast, we're all kind of in agreement that we feel a lot of pressure, but we really are the next in line to take control, take charge, whether it be in business, in politics. The baby millennials, the tail end of the millennials, we are coming to the age where you can run for president, and I think it's time that we step up to bat. We've been laying silent because everybody's just been breaking our hearts the past 30 years of our lives. We've dealt with so much, but you know why we dealt with so much? It's because we are being prepared to be leaders. Because the world needs our minds. The world needs us to be healed. And that is why we have struggled so much, because God forbid we be healed, because then we could possibly make a change. So with that said, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, The Good Lord and Vibes. With good vibes, you can get through your day. Have them or get out. Thank you to our sponsors. We would be nothing without you. I'd also like to shout out to Air. It's chilly out. Fall is upon us. I want to say thank you to the air. It is beautiful outside right now, and if it wasn't for air, I don't know where I would be. Probably not alive. Can't guarantee it. Shout out to air today. Moving along. Last episode, we talked about accountability, and now we're just going to talk about what happens after you take accountability and the freedom that you feel when you realize that your life is really your own. And we live in a time of free will, and acknowledging free will and understanding that we are higher conscious beings that have a mission. We are put on this planet for a reason, and we are paying attention to this specific time frame because we need to be paying attention to everything that's going on. It's very significant. Everything that's going on right now is very significant for the lore and the world and for the universe. So, we had touched on, taking accountability for things and understanding what we can do to acknowledge why things have happened to us. It's not taking all the blame, it's not even, it's the opposite of being a victim. It's saying, okay, I was hurt, but what did I do to put myself in that position? What could I have done differently to change the trajectory of what my life has become? And understanding that we all have choices. Like, yes, bad things happen, but it is truly about how you transmute that energy and how you move forward. The age-old saying, it's not about falling, it's about getting right back up and how quickly you can do that. So, one thing that I definitely have been noticing as a trend in my circle is truly understanding that life is what you make it, and everybody has been having a hard time. I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of the people that you know and I know and all the people around us are all struggling. I unfortunately was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I do not have generational wealth. There is no one that is sponsoring me currently. But it would be nice. But I have to move forward in my life understanding that there is no safety net, and I have to create that for myself, and that's okay. Am I upset about it? A little. Would it be nice to have, $250,000 of my parents' money in my bank account? Sure, of course. Maybe more. Bring me more. But that is not my reality, and so I have to move accordingly. And also, I've never been handed anything in life other than struggle. That seems to come easy to me. Yeah. But everything else I've had to work for, and I pride myself in that, and I think that my soul needs that because I'm a worker. I'm a worker. I like to roll my sleeves up. I like to do things. I like to be in the mix. I want to be in the middle of things. When revolution happens, I love to think that I'm in the middle. I'm not somebody who's just going to sit by and watch. I can't do it. And that's why I started this podcast, because I want to go down in history as someone who did more than just observe. I know that we have observers in life. I think they're as necessary as the people who do. But I am a generator. So I have to be in the middle of things. I am responsible for making things move. I'm responsible for pushing that energy out into the world. And I'm a manifesting generator. So I have to take it one step further. I have to manifest things. So I get to feel it, push it out, and make something of it at the same time. So with that said, as far as taking accountability, what happens next? When you take accountability, there's a certain level of sadness that comes with that. Because I will say, when I really started to focus on accountability within my life, I realized, I was like, man, I really sure as heck played a major part in my own suffering. If I would have made better choices in life, I wouldn't even say better. If I would have just made different choices, if I would have been able to see clearer, I wouldn't have been in those positions. And as much as I want to blame my upbringing, which a lot of it had to do with the fact that I wasn't raised to see certain things, I can't blame that, because now I'm an adult that has free will and I can research and I can see things and we know right from wrong. So, you just have to kind of go forward from that. And it's really about letting go of the past, because when you can let go of the past, you can focus on the road ahead. And, I had touched on this in the past podcast. You can't move forward when you're looking back. It's just not possible. You're going to run into all kinds of stuff, and you just need to be your fullest self. The future is calling us all. I feel that. I know a lot of people do. And we have no time to waste. Like, we need to get to the truth. We've been needing to be at the truth, and we need to move forward. And those who know that it's time. It's really time. It's time to heal. It's time to move on. Okay, you moved a certain way in the past. We've got to move on from that. And those who want to do good, we've just got to be doing good and do the right thing and try to lead by example and just do better, And I hate that some people feel pressure. Like, don't feel pressured. Do it in your own time. But the time is now. So don't feel pressure, but hurry up if you don't mind. Oh, so sorry. Just kidding. I'm not sorry. So with that said, I think a lot of accountability, it takes a long time. So if you're in that phase right now, I have so much love going to you. And just understand the dark night of the soul is hard, but it is the most necessary thing in life. We have to be able to be broken down to be able to rebuild. The phoenix has to catch on fire and burn to ashes before it can rise again. And I truly, truly believe that, as cliche as that sounds, and I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but it really does take just a complete teardown to be able to rebuild. And I feel like a lot of my peers, especially when I say my peers, I mean my 90s, late 80s, early 90s babies, like we're adults now. And the stuff that happened to us and that we had to experience, not only as children that had no idea what was going on in the world, but also as adults. And we've continually taken hit after hit in every sector of life. We're adults now. And we have to realize radically and quickly that we are in a time where we have to take the reins. Okay? Gator don't play. Gator's here. And we are ready to show up in droves. I've been speaking to a lot of people that are in my peer group, and the elder millennials as well all agree that they're tired. They're tired. Okay? They've been treading water just as much as we have, but we still have our youth, friends. Believe it or not, 30 is not that old. We are young. Heartache to heartache, we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. Moving on. So, with that said, I just think that if we all can get on the same page and we can start moving forward, we can really make a change in this world. I feel it in my bones, man. An activation has been happening, and you either take accountability and you heal yourself so you can align and you can be part of this greater conscious elevation, or where I'm going to have to let me hold your hand when I say this. You're going to get left behind because we got work to do. And we can't keep making excuses. We can't. And I love you. But if you're not willing to put the work in, just sit back and let us handle it. And that's okay, because we're going to pull this wagon with you in it. Okay? With that said, I'd love for you guys to connect with me on social media. I have tons of people. I wouldn't say tons, like I have droves of people. No, I have several people who have reached out that I would love to have on this podcast. I think next week I'm going to start my first round of interviews. As much as I love talking, love it. And I love talking about myself because I spend a lot of time listening to other people. I think my purpose will be better served alongside other really fantastic people. I have a lot of really cool people coming from all walks of life, and that makes me so excited. It has already shown me in this short amount of time that I am connected to some of the coolest, most unique, and diverse souls all across the board. We will talk about good things. We'll talk about music. We'll talk about some harder things. And I look forward to sharing this platform with all of these people. I look forward to seeing where I can go. And who knows, one day maybe I'll be able to interview Theo Vaughn. Or, I would love to interview like Ian Carroll or any of those people. But until then, I will literally be interviewing some of the coolest people. And to be honest, my close friends are just as cool. So strap in. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to show the world this little sector of my life and shine a light on what a lot of us are doing. I'm connected to an incredible music community here in Indy. And I look forward to sharing my little gems with everyone. With that said, I am performing tonight. Let that be a shameless plug. Andy, the Regulators, will be at the Speedrome in Indianapolis. We're going to be performing at the race after party. It's going to be a late one, y'all, because we don't start till 11. Girl. Sleepy. We're going to be sleepy. We're going to be slap happy. We're going to have a dang good time. That'll be following the races this evening. I will be singing the national anthem. So if you're going to be there, yes, it is me. If you aren't going to be there, hey, what the heck? Come to the show. If not, it's fine. Can I just say, side note, there's just something different about, you can make a hot dog at home. You can get Mountain Dew anytime. And I know that I preach health and wellness. And those two things are like top two most lethal food and drinks. But there's just something so incredibly magical about a hot dog from a stadium. And to take it one step further, from the racetrack. You know what I mean? Like, I almost expect my bun to be just a little soggy from being in that tin foil and under the heat lamp. But it's like, it tastes like nostalgia. It tastes like freedom. You know, with every droplet of water that hits me on my arm as I unpack that thing, I just think this is really what my ancestors died for, you know? That's something. And then when you crack into a crispy, I mean ice cold, crispy, toxic AF Mountain Dew with the soggy dog, listen, I can do anything after that. I also probably should check my blood pressure. But you know what? Freedom, freedom, freedom. Oh, freedom. That's what that tastes like. So I look forward to that because I will be having one. Don't test me. I am the queen of the double dog. And if you don't know what that is, find out. Come hang out with me and you'll find out. There are a few things in life that I will allow to be toxic, just knowing that it's toxic around me. There it is right there. Get me a hot dog, little double dog. Some Mountain Dew. Woo! You know what? It's so funny. I only drink the Mountain Dew until I'm done with the hot dog, and then I don't want it anymore. I don't even drink the whole thing. And I always get a large. But guess what? Freedom! 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 Oh, freedom! Sorry, I didn't mean to take y'all to church this early. Yeah, so we'll be at the Speed Drum tonight. Come hang out with us. I like cars that go fast. Shake and bake. If you're not first, you last. Oh Lord. I told you this. I warned you all. If you've made it this far, I warned you that this was going to be a mess. So Andy and I are performing there, and then we don't have anything else the rest of the weekend. We just get to cruise. We got some stuff to do on Sunday. I got some get-togethers and gatherings and such. But other than that, we are chilling. I want to give a shout out to 317 Barbecue in Broad Ripple. They hosted Chris and I last night. And Chris so lovingly announced his new name for his band. For his project, I would like to say. He was known as TTT, which is the Trowbridge Trio. But it has since kind of evolved into more than a trio. So he had to figure out, you can't be a trio if there's a 5-piece on stage, is what I'm trying to say. And so he has changed it to, drumroll, he's changed it to The Trouble with Trowbridge. And I have a couple reasons why I think that's fantastic. And he brought these up, I will say. He needs his flowers. Okay, moving along. I won't say much more in this podcast, just because I really did not come prepared today. I just really missed you guys and wanted to talk and hear myself talk. So I hope that when we move forward, that everyone understands the heart of this and we can keep making this happen, because I have found so much healing already through what I'm doing, and I feel so validated in what I'm doing that I really, really pray that my mission is seen through to the end. And I look forward to being able to expand on this. I do have a small announcement. So the kind of reason I started this podcast was based off of an idea that I had that really didn't have anything to do with a podcast, is in the same sector. I am currently working on the early stages of a documentary. And all of this started with me looking into my lineage, my heritage, and debunking a lot of what I've been told, which we can get into that in another episode because, respectfully, what the heck? I have a question. Why did they lie? Why did I get lied to? Tell me why I got whole lied to. Lied to. Yes. Yeah, they lied to me. Either they lied or they were misinformed and then they told me a lie indirectly. Either way, it was not the truth. I found out I'm white. You want to talk about how upset I was to find out that I am white bread white? I am Wonder Bread white on both sides of my family. How dare you? I mean, okay, so I did find out some other things. Like there is some indigenous lineage, but not from the side of the family that they were saying it was coming from, which is even more dramatic because they were saying it was on my grandfather's side, on my dad's side. No, the indigenous were actually on my grandmother's side, on my father's side. We can unpack that later. And we will unpack that in the documentary. But ultimately, there's way more to this. It has grown into something way bigger, so far as I am now on a mission to find out where humans actually originated, and I would like to visit that place. Full stop. I would love to find out where humans actually originated, and I want to visit that place. So, if you know anybody who is interested in that kind of thing, genealogy or just, origin species, I need to be in contact. I'm trying to reach out to people that I could possibly get in touch with because obviously they have way better things to do than deal with some youngin' that's trying to figure out who her great 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 a million greats was. So I understand that this is a long shot and it's probably going to be the low and slow process, but you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I am. I'm serious. I'm calling it now. I want to manifest this because I think this is so fun and so cool. And will also help enlighten other people, and I hope that I can meet some of my long lost cousins. I'm trying to find y'all. I'm also, there's just like deeper spiritual reasons why I feel the need to do this. And I would like to get in touch with who I actually am. That's what started this is I feel like a nobody. I am a nobody. But I started somewhere and there's a reason why I feel this way. And there's a reason why music is so prevalent in my life. And I want to look into if there is scientific, if there's something scientific about the spirituality behind ancestry. I want to find out why I am the way I am by nature, not who I was conditioned to be, but who am I and where did these traits come from? And then, we're going to push it on a larger scale. And I look forward to the documentary is conveniently called Diary of a Nobody. A documentary about finding myself and discovering more about the world around me. I look forward to sharing that with you all. Don't hold anything to me. I don't know when it's going to come out or even if it will be anytime soon that I will even begin this. But we're talking about it. And that's how this podcast even became a thing, was because of this documentary. I look forward to figuring all of that out. With that said, I'm going to leave you with a few things. Follow me on social media. You can now follow Diary of a Nobody podcast on all the platforms I have, except for the FB right now. I have too many pages, so I have to figure out how to be able to manage that page alongside my other pages, or at least add it to the roster. I may have to take a page or two down, which I can. You can follow Diary of a Nobody podcast on Instagram, on TikTok. We do have a YouTube. So that is where you're listening or wherever you mainly stream. I will be posting the link to the YouTube on my Facebook page, my personal page. You can always follow me there. That's where I post all my music stuff. You can follow Hannah Sexton music on TikTok as well if you want some crossover stuff. But in the meantime, I want to leave you with love and light, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I look forward to sharing some of my friends with you and just interviewing some really cool people and hanging out. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time. If you have any requests, please reach out to me either on Facebook personally, or you can reach out to Diary of a Nobody podcast at gmail.com. You can send me an email, or you can reach out to me on any of the social media platforms. So just feel free to reach out. There's nothing really that I will take off the table right now. I look forward to meeting new people and sharing the people that I already have. And again, thanks so much for listening. I love you. Take care of yourselves. And of course, as always, shine on, baby. Bye.
If the